talking about the Fightins here. The Fightins.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It is gone! It is bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball!
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies Postgame Show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Season's fucking back on, bitches! We're talking about the fighting fucking Phillies! We're talking about Kyle freaking Schwarber! We're talking about the city where the fictional boxer Rocky's from! Where you get knocked down and you get back the hell up! The season is back, baby! The Philadelphia Phillies get the W! How's everybody doing? I just had to bring that energy because it has been a long week. And we had our fundraiser at Klondike Cage. Shout out to Chaos Chris for being there. I'm filling in for Philly Shardy tonight, but welcome everybody. And what a feeling. Hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday. How are you doing, Chaos Chris?
I mean, I'm doing great. Phillies, finally didn't choke a game today. So I don't know if they are back, as you would say, but they won today against a guy who's usually a pretty good pitcher. And Chris Sanchez was pretty good today. And they played small ball, which is an amazing thing to see, like singles hit by a team.
I'm trying to find the piece. I think 11 of the pitches, if I'm not mistaken, was it 11 of the pitches that Sanchez had today were changeups? The strikeouts.
So I missed the first couple innings of the game. I think out of his 12 strikeouts, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, I think 11 of them were changeups, which is crazy. But yeah, he was lights out today. I mean, he's everything you want. He's developing well. I know we talked about him putting on a little bit of weight, and you're seeing more balance from him and more control and that confidence that he has. Like, he kind of knows now when he gets on the mound that he can kind of work and play the batters a little bit more. And I think you're going to only start to see more improvement as he, it's a give and take in any sport once you get to the professional level. And as he starts to work more with these professional batters, I think he's only going to get better as a pitcher. Yeah, and he's still growing into his body. It's crazy. When the Phillies signed him, he was 6'1". He's now 6'6", 6'7". Like, it takes a little bit to build up that muscle and get comfortable. And it feels like he's just getting better and better. And he was a great pitcher last year. And now he's got even more stuff. Like, he's throwing 98 now. That's pretty legit from him. I love to see it from him. And even when he gave up that home run, but he came back and kept pitching well. So there's sometimes you see a guy who, they give up a home run and they completely collapse, like Aaron Nola. Every single time he's out there, gives up a home run, he collapsed. Sanchez today didn't do that. He was calm, cool, collected, only gave up 4 hits the whole game. Pretty cool. And, the 2 of those runs are on him because Trey Turner was terrible today.
Yeah, how do you feel about Trey as a whole? I know there was a little bit of a stretch this year where people were feeling better about him. Are you saying it's still a little bit too early to tell on Trey Turner, or how do you feel about Trey's development this year?
I don't know. I mean, there's stretches where he looks like a really good baseball player and he's back. But then there's just, I don't know if it's mental lapses or what, but both the errors today were really, really bad. And it's one thing, all right, I get it if you're not hitting, but you can't play that bad a defense when you're out there. I mean, it was just atrocious. It cost the Phillies a run today. And
the one he threw over his head and the other one he booted down. It was bad by Trey, and the bat is slumping right now too. It's just he's not in a good spot right now. And I would almost move him down in the lineup right now, but it's tough because you have so many guys batting like this. Like most of this lineup is ice cold right now, even though they did do a little bit of damage today in that first inning.
Yeah, they did. I mean, that's the thing about these guys. Boom or bust. And that's kind of the fortunate and unfortunate part. When it's good, it's great. Like today in this first inning. And I was listening to WIP, shout out to them on the way home, and they had a great point saying it even happens mid-game that we see it. It's not even game to game. It's throughout the game. You can see the bats get so hot and then go so cold so fast. And whether or not this Phillies team fits together was the discussion tonight on WIP. And it's a legitimate question because individually, these guys can all be great, have decent stats throughout the year when they're in the right situation. But here's the question. That's not great for Philadelphia. That's not great for our fans. The question is, when does it benefit Philadelphia fans is the recipe right? Does everything come together for the best chance at the Philadelphia Phillies fans to have a World Series parade? And I think that the Phillies are getting towards that. But I don't know if I'm ready to say it yet. The first inning today looked great, but it's so much. It's not even got to be the long ball, like you said. With that first inning, and they said the same thing on WIP. Credit to them once again. Might have been the best inning of the year we have seen all year because there was a mixture of everything, and I really agree with that.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I think they probably batted around. I wasn't able to watch the game, but you see Bohm tripling when he's in the 8-hole. That means they batted around, which you'll take that every single time. But again, yeah, they scored 5 runs, and they played well in that inning. But then you let Jordan Hicks go all 7 innings. Like he didn't give up a single run after that. So that's where it's frustrating. Is they really should have stomped the Giants today. And it wound up being just a measly 2-run victory. And maybe that's just nitpicking stuff for me. It really is. But when you get ahead that much, I expect them to put 8 or 9 up on the board. It kind of just like fell off and didn't do much of anything after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think with this team, I mean, it's hot and cold. It's like that Katy Perry song.
Yeah.
When it's good, it's great. But and Kevin Long was someone that they were also talking about. He really, I want to know what happens with him because I feel like with this team to succeed, you just need to teach them, like you said already, small ball. If they can all figure out, hey, we're going to come together as a team. We're all going to play as a unit. We're all going to help each other out. We're going to be like one cohesive machine. And when somebody needs to play small ball to save the team, we can do that. It's like when they're bad, nobody's coming to save them in this roster. It's just strikeout after strikeout. And it's so frustrating as a fan when you know the potential's there, but everybody's trying to be the hero at once. And that's the problem. You need to actually get back to the fundamentals of baseball at some point. And I know I sound like a T-ball coach saying that, but it's really the truth. You need to get back to the fundamentals and just play basic baseball because you have so much talent on this roster. In my opinion, you're in the top 3 rosters in baseball, I would say. Maybe the top 4. But in my opinion, you're definitely in the top 5. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be in and out of the top 3 spots throughout the year, with that being said, which they have been, but that needs to continue throughout the year. And consistency, that's got to be the theme throughout the whole year with this Phillies team is consistency, because when you get to the playoffs, if you are inconsistent, it will show.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the small ball is really what will help that consistency. Because I think whenever they try to hit home runs, it's not that this lineup can't hit home runs. We've seen them hit home runs before. But if you can be consistent and, get guys on base. Then you can let guys like Schwarber and Harper and Castellanos tee off as much as possible. But when you got everybody that's like trying to hit a home run every single at bat and you're striking out at an alarming clip, it's just not great. But, if you take walks and get singles and doubles here and there, that's great. And then you see a guy like Bohm hit one over somebody's head or I guess off his glove and winds up getting a triple over it because they're like, okay, they're playing small ball now. Let's play in. So I think it's more of a mind game too with the team. And they just need to be consistent with that and try to play more small ball and pick your spots when you're gonna, you can go and try for a home run here.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, they need to just play together. And that first inning showed that when they do play together, they can play some pretty darn good baseball. I mean, back to that inning, it's been boom or bust, but if they can play like as one, as I've been saying, but just together, like, okay, he's there. Even at the end of the game, I think Stott had, maybe it was a sacrifice fly or somebody to bring in Harper. It was at the bottom of the 8th, I think it was. And it's like, okay, they're still aware that they need to keep getting, runs. And the Phillies team this year, I just feel like they're a different team. They really are. They've been knocked down so many times that they're not going to take it. The beginning of the season, they know that they can kind of mess around, but I really have a good feeling that once we get to September, late August, hopefully really early October, they'll really get a momentum going because they've just fallen down. So like today showed that this first inning, when they want to, they can. It's a matter of like, how on is that button going to be throughout the year? Are we going to be first in the national division again, or are we going to be a wild card team? That's the real question. But the first inning really showed if they want to be a first team, they could be.
And I think the biggest problem you see right now is they can go cold as quickly as they go hot. I mean, they were killer in that first inning. And then they didn't do a damn thing until, what was it, the 8th inning. They had that sacrifice from Sosa where they strung a couple hits and walks together. But they just went completely ice cold. And they're lucky that Sanchez pitched as well as he did today because they very easily could have lost this game if they would have had anybody else on the mound.
Yeah. I mean, they're I feel like aware of where they are. And back to Sanchez, man, how impressed are you this year with Sanchez? I know I was talking about him a little bit earlier in the show, but how are you feeling about this guy? Is he kind of the long-term success for the Phillies? I was big on Ranger. And also after that question with Sanchez, can you speak on Ranger's return too? Because I was going to ask, when is he supposed to be back?
I mean, hopefully it's pretty soon here for Ranger. Yeah. I forget. I think he was pitched in a game in Clearwater. So they should move him along probably 2 or 3 starts, and he'll be back in the rotation as long as nothing happens. But yeah, Sanchez has been almost a unexpected surprise. So for him to start pitching as well as he has, like, I thought he was okay when they first got him. Like, all right, he can be a reliever type thing, almost like Suarez there for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But he's just developed, and he is just turning into a really good pitcher. I just find it hilarious that, this is a guy that they didn't sign. He's one that they got from the Rays. So the Rays seem to, have a really, really good judge of pitching prospects. So we got lucky on him, and Alvarado was also a Ray. So maybe call up the Rays again and get another pitcher from them. I don't know what you got to do, but go get another pitcher from the Rays because the Rays know what the hell they're doing. And Sanchez just is turning into a better and better pitcher. And it's really hard to believe that he's 28 years old already, but he's turning into a good player.
He is. He's blossomed, as Nick Sirianni would say. He's evolved. I mean, he's a stud. And I think Sanchez is going to be a pitcher in this city that plays baseball here for a long time. He's just aware. He's in tune. He doesn't get rattled. And players like that, Jalen Hurts, another great example. Players like that in this city that don't get rattled. I know we all have a love-hate relationship, mostly hate right now with Alec Boehm. But players that don't get rattled in this city hold a special place in all Philly fans' hearts. Like when you can go out there and do your job on the good days and on the bad days, but on the good days, like you aren't someone either that's bragging about it or shoving it in our face. Like you just go out there and you silently ball and you just let your record speak for itself. There's nothing better as a Philly fan to watch. And I definitely think Cristopher Sánchez grasps that concept. Sorry, it took me a second to figure out how I wanted to frame it and word it right. It was like I almost had to put a ChatGPT thing in my ear or something. But once he has shown that he gets that, I mean, I love him. I might have to get a Sanchez jersey now.
Yeah, he's got the absolute perfect demeanor as a pitcher. Like he doesn't get rattled. He is calm, cool, and collected. Where you can see some other pitchers, they get affected by some things. So he's he gave up that home run, didn't let it rattle him, and finished that inning. I think to me that was the most impressive thing of the day today. Yes, he had 12 strikeouts, but he was able to get 2 after giving up that home run when he was already up high in his pitch count. That to me was very, very good.
Yeah, that's well said. I mean, that was impressive as hell. When you can show that composure in Philadelphia, in that atmosphere, like people forget. I know it's at home and it is a great atmosphere to play in, but when you're not playing well, look at Taijuan Walker last, like when it goes bad, when it rains, it pours. You know more than anyone. I know you've seen some of it.
Because I'm one of them. I'm the first one to call out somebody for sucking.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Like, I remember there were a couple of games. I think it was my freshman year of college. So this was 2017, right after like the 2016 era. So deep before we ever thought that the Phillies would be anything. And I just remember going to games and some of the things that people would say, but it was fun. And that's kind of the cool part about being a Philly fan. When it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's good. And I mean that with the utmost amount of love and respect for the players, for the organizations, for the announcers, for, the groundskeepers, the staff, the popcorn workers, the vendors. Like I could go on and name the tailgates, the parking attendant. I could name every single person that's a part of that game and every single one of them. I mean, that put it together for the Phillies. It's still a great experience when the Phillies don't win because everyone is just, we're together.
Well, and it's so much more. I mean, personally, for me, it's so much more relaxing to go to a Phillies game as opposed to an Eagles game. Like, I feel like when you're in an Eagles game, you're like locked in every single play. Where it's like baseball, all right, you can miss a couple pitches here and there. It's not that big of a deal, but like anything can happen in football.
Yeah, anything can. You're right. It's a different. And hey, I think the time of the year is perfect for both because I want to be more locked in the winter when it's colder, temperature's a little bit lower. I'll be more aware. When it's summertime, you're right. If I miss a couple pitches here and there, as long as I'm having fun with friends, I'm drinking, you know what I mean? Whatever. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But Castellanos, I know, had a little bit of an injury. It was at the bottom of the 7th inning. I believe it was his left hip that he had an issue with. And left hip flexor tightness is what Matt Jubb of The Athletic reported. But he left today's game against the Giants in the 7th inning, and Max Kepler came in for him. I've liked Kep a lot this year. I've spoke highly of him. I know some people have hated him. I know you are not a fan of him, and I totally get why he has ups and downs. But with Casty being out, that's not good. Casty's been electric this year, and a lot of people could argue that Casty has been the most consistent or at least one of the most consistent bats for the Phillies this year. And that's been a nice improvement for him. He's definitely improved a lot more and became a lot more disciplined, which I'm proud of him for.
Yeah, and I mean, the timing of this kind of sucks because Marsh got hurt yesterday as well. Not that he's been playing well at all, but you now got 2 outfielders that are out. And supposedly Casty's okay to play tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised if they sit on tomorrow too. But yeah, losing that bat right now sucks. I mean, he is right now, average-wise, besides Sosa, your best hitter. So losing him in that lineup, when he's starting to kind of turn it on a little bit, it sucks. And I hope this injury doesn't mess anything up in his swing or change his approach or something like that, because he really has a good approach right now, and he's hitting the ball well.
Yeah, he does. He's just locked in on. It's almost like he's at an Eagles game right now, right?
Good. Good.
I agree.
This is the Cassie that we signed and wanted to be here. So when Cassie's on. But again, when Cassie's off, Cassie's very off.
Well said. Yeah, I mean, he's that guy that you love him and you hate him. But mostly this year, it's been pretty much all love. And I'll leave it at that because it's been great. And Philly fans have always loved Casty, even when we lose either, because just his personality, I would say a lot of us have adopted. But a little bit of a shorter show tonight. I know my laptop's going to die here in a second, so that's why I'm trying to
every time.
Yeah, I don't want it to die because we'll just be live forever then, so stay tuned for that. But I want to thank everybody for joining tonight. I know Philly Shardy will be back this weekend. I'll probably be hanging out for a couple of shows. I'll be down at the shore. Easter, I don't think we'll be doing a show. I'm almost positive, actually. 99.9% sure. Do not expect a show on Easter Sunday if there is any baseball. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But come through, come hang out. It's been a lot of fun doing this show tonight with you guys. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys again during the Eagles season for the Eagles postgame side. Thank you to Philly Shardy for coming out last night. He was a huge help with our event. And it was awesome. If you guys were there, you already know. Yes, the bartenders were great. The drinks were great. The atmosphere at Klondike Kate's was awesome. Chaos, Chris, me, KJ, the Sippin' Sports crew, we were pouring them up. And it was great. But thank you again to Philly Shardy and Ashley and Jack and KJ and Chris and Joey Havens and a lot more people. My sister, DJ, and a lot more people that I should name. But everyone for holding it down, helping out, because I couldn't have done it without you guys. And that was a really awesome event. So hope to see you guys next year there, and have a great night. As always, God bless. Go Phil.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive.